on the time to be able to. This song is called Practice, called Practice. Practice by JVM Neutron. Okay. My return viewers, starvers, subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, locking in, and like buttons, getting to the end, all your friends, people trying to be in the bell, so you be on here. Right, that is well. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. I'll post roll tales, dirty silence, I also do pick a cards in general readings to tap into the bit. All right, I would do go ahead to the curses for the chance against myself, against the channel, against the people that watch me. Okay, so I'm shuffling, okay? I'm gonna shuffle like three more decks. So really, I'm just parlaying. I'm listening to some music though, and I seen the word. I got the subtitles on, and I seen the word. I don't know what they were trying to say. I seen the word stroke. Okay, and I don't know. I was listening to somebody earlier, and they said something about that's one of the people like your enemies like that was coming against you. That could be what they could be experiencing. So think whatever says resonates. And I'm looking at the Queen of Wands. I'm just shuffling though for real. But my grandma was a fire sign, Aries, and she had passed away from a stroke. This is not for me. This is for the collective. Okay, I'm looking at the Ace of Wands. Okay, this for the collective. So I just want to parlay a little bit. So really, I'm gonna shuffle like 2 minutes tops. Okay, shuffling. Okay. So how y'all doing? I trust y'all are doing well. Is a choice we make each and every day. Okay. Whoever's watching this, and if you're watching this on the playback, if you think I should open the chat up, hit the like button. Because I don't think there's any other way for you to interact and for me to know. At this moment in time, we're more than I thought I could be. And all of my dreams are a heartbeat away. And the answers are all up to me. I did see the Emperor. So yeah, I'm looking at the word Blue Angel. I feel like you're running your life. You're running your life or something like that. I feel like this is all intuitive. Okay, I didn't write nothing down. Oh yeah, I'm lying. I did write something. I wrote "Born for This." Born for this. Okay, because I was listening to the song called "Too Real." It's a soulful song. That bumper is too real. It's dangerous. I want to win, but it looking dangerous. But it looking dangerous. So I don't know that song. It said "Born for This." In that song though, I kind of got the impression of like something about the way you move, something about you is something is dangerous about you. And I don't know if I told y'all this before, but I had somebody tell me to stay dangerous. This was actually an actual dangerous person that told me this. Anyway, but neither here nor there. Point is that um something about not wanting to get too much into your energy because maybe folks could sense danger, okay? And I feel like if they're not moving the right way or something. And something about they just want a little taste, they just want a little piece. They're not trying to. I don't know. It feels like an energy like they're not trying to. They don't want the whole enchilada 3, 5, 6. And it's like you don't want to taste. Like, what do you think? I don't know. It's like whatever sense it is. Okay, it's pretty good. It's not for me, but I am for it. Okay, this song's called One More Time. Okay, something about one more time. One more wine, one more grind. It just feels somebody reminiscing. Okay, reminisce. I don't know. It was somebody you dealt with or what. Anyway, let me show you. This is for the collective. I'm looking at the word translations. It's on this book. It's on this little booklet from the Tarot of the Fairy Folk. I don't know. Translations. Maybe I did mention subtitles, so maybe you know multiple languages. Yeah. And then I think about books, like books being in different translations. Okay. Because, I don't know, maybe somebody's writing about it, and it's like I'm looking at the word challenges, maybe about your experiences and challenges. I'm just saying that because that's what it says right here. Okay, your daily life. But okay, so maybe it's gonna have different translations because you know people could be in different. I guess I don't know. Maybe this is like future premonitions or whatever. But I feel, or you're doing this right now. I'm looking at the word powerful. Or past, present, future. I guess I suppose. Um, something the human beings. We could speak different languages, be different from different places. I said the human beings as human beings from different places, different. It's like maybe common themes, common obstacles, even though it's different walks of life. Yeah. And then I was gonna say, isn't that part the point of the internet, like World Wide Web? The internet is, I guess, uh, I don't know, media, mass produced or something. I don't know. Put whatever I say resonates, okay? Did you like that? Yes, you did it like that. Make sure y'all drinking y'all water, y'all staying hydrated, and y'all moving forward. Okay. If anybody's in a pause, why is that? I mean, I don't know. I'm talking to you. I'm not really talking to you, but I'm talking to you. But when I be in a pause, it's like I know I'm not gonna be there too long because I'm not that type. Maybe at one point, but maybe I just didn't know better or something like that. Because I said something about like you taking control of your own life type shit. If you take control of your own life, if there's hesitation or pausing, that's you doing that, okay? Or you allowing it or something like that. And everybody got choices. So as long as everyone's good with their choices, then we are straight. So let's talk to God. God, angels, ancestors, spirit guides for the highest and the truest white light. The ones that fuck with me, thank you so much. Fuck with me, send me down here to do this reading for the collective, making sure we're all protected from low vibration and demonic oppressive beings. So we got clear direct text messages, much appreciation. Thank you for the clear audio and the clear visuals, Lord. This song is called Tyler Baby. You said I want to make the time go wrong. It's a soca song. I think it's about stretch marks. I think it's about stretch marks. And he's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Something about men. Like, men, maybe. There's a difference between, like, what people say on the internet and what's in real life. And something about, like, men like women. Okay? So I don't know. I don't know. There's men that, they like everything. But the point is that there's men like women. Like, there's men that like women. I don't know. I don't know what I mean to say that. Anyway. Oh yeah, so like maybe women could be more like, oh, like I gotta be um like perfection. And it's like who told and it's like for who? Are you trying to attract a man? Or is this for yourself? This perfection doesn't show. You just love yourself, like and then I don't know. If there is like a male masculine energy that's trying to have you, I don't know. Because it's not maybe it's not even about perfection, it's about being the best you can be. So I don't know. I think whatever I say is irrelevant. I don't. I'm just talking. So I'm just talking. I didn't get a card yet. I'm enjoying myself talking. Look at this. I guess it's only two there. Somewhere over the rainbow. I don't know something's going on. But look, listen. What I was gonna say. When I was younger, right in high school though, in my yearbook, I got best hairstyle. Don't play with it. But also, I say this to say that when I was like in middle school, my hair was messed up. My mother let me start doing my hair. She was doing my hair before that. She was doing my hair before that, and the braids that I be rocking now, my hair is pretty much like that. And like picture day, then she would let it loose and do something, maybe some curls or do some some different kind of hairstyle. After that, like maybe 13 or 14, I started doing my own hair. And I was laid, what is it, fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Okay. It was messed up. Okay. And I was wearing ponytails all the time. And my hair was all cut up. And then one time my dad, I think I had just finished washing my hair, my dad seen my hair. And he was like, what happened to your hair? Like, what happened to your hair? Like, your hair was so nice. Like, my dad told me that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a masculine energy in the house telling me, what's good with you? Like, what's happening? And then I think he asked me that. And then he might have looked at my mom or whatever like that. But, in retrospect, it's like my mom probably didn't give a fuck. Okay? So she's like, yeah, bitch, watch your hair jacked up. Nobody gonna fuck with you. I guess, I don't know. But she was anyway, look, my dad told me that, and I was just quiet. He was like, "What happened?" So then I was like, "You know what? What am I doing with my hair? Let me lock the fuck in." And then I started doing real good with my hair, and my hair was growing nice and stuff. I was relaxed at the time, though. I was relaxed at the time. 11:22, and my hair was in good spirits. And my hair, I got into like armpit length. And then my dad was like, "Oh, like your hair? I see the difference. You need to write a book. He was like, "Yeah, you need to write a book." And he said something about holding me accountable to write the book. Here's the point: we was already talking too much because my mother was in the house. She's a dream killer. We was already talking too much, but I had posted. I remember posting on. Don't do that. I remember posting on my social media, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm a write. I'm a. If I write a book, like who's gonna cop it? This is before I knew better. Okay, now I don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now niggas gonna see it out if that's the case. But yeah. So and then folks was like, yeah, I would buy it. I would cop it. Yeah, because I seen how your hair look. I want my hair to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my hair past my neck type shit. You know what I'm saying? So the point is, I never wrote the book. I never did shit. But and there's so many other things like that in my life. But what's my point to say that? I didn't do this. Oh yeah, I said something about putting a book out. I said something about I don't know. Let me do something. Oh yeah, really, and I also mentioned that because I didn't realize how many like enemies I had around me in the house. In the house, and look at this. In the house, and they didn't want me to succeed and shit like that. You know, if that, you know what, and I'm not. Maybe you have moments like this, collective, where you're like, oh, shoulda, coulda, woulda, I would have been like this. But niggas was not only was niggas not on your side, they was actively going against you. So don't feel no ways. I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. Fuck that shit. Okay, something in you, it don't matter. Like you still gonna continue. Whatever it is that you do. You could be doing something totally different, but you still gonna have, I don't know, whatever tenacity or whatever. You could revisit certain shit if you want to, okay? I'm talking to me. Okay, so like, this is for the collective. Let me get enough from universe blanket. I scare myself with it. I don't. Oh my God. I don't scare myself. Maybe you started yourself. You started up your own power type shit. Hold on. But don't do that. Anyway, I got two cards. I don't know. I'm talking to you. Talking to me. Okay, so I got two cards on the floor. I put it back. I didn't even look at them. I don't even know why you got an attitude. Somebody got an attitude. You ever been around somebody that you and them can't be happy at the same time? Okay, it's giving narcissism. It's like when you happy, it's like they frowning, and then they got to find some way to make you frown like them. And then when you upset, now they happy and shit. Like what kind of bitch? Anyway, I'm in here 15 minutes. I did see one nigga come in here. So. know what that's about. There's at least three people watching me though. Like literally, they could be saying they chance and shit, but there's at least one person. I mean, one person, definitely one person. More angels, more answers. Let's come through. Let me get more cards for the collective. Times two, maybe times two got something because I got two cards again, and I'm making take them. Okay. You said all my blessings times two. Look at this. Something wonderful is happening for you right now. Right now, from the universe. Something wonderful is happening for you right now, the collective. I was going to say the collective. Okay? And then I'm looking at this. While it's often, he said, love for the money makes you reckless. Somebody love for money make them reckless or something like that. And then I'm like, and then I'm thinking about, ooh, look what the money make a bitch do. I think young dude said it. Okay. I know he said it, but I think he said it first. But I'm not for sure. But maybe niggas know that though in general. Anyway, look. This says, while it's often thought that happiness may spring, and then I was gonna say sting. Your happiness be stinging niggas. Your happiness be stinging niggas. They be like, they be feeling like, I don't know. I was gonna say like like a wire exposed, like an exposed wire or some shit like that. Anyway, while it's often thought that happiness may spring from having some serious bucks, it actually, and bucks is in quotes, but it actually works best the other way around. Your celestial financial planner, the universe. Something about the money, like you want your money to come from your happiness, as opposed to the other way around. Maybe a lot of folks they've been focusing on the money, money, money. It ain't about the money, money, money. We just want to make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. Forget about the cha-ching, cha-ching, about the living, living, living. Okay, so yeah, isn't that different? That's different though. If you already happy and then you start getting money, and yeah, it might be like, oh, how you just bridge that gap? We're gonna get to that. No, we may not get to that in this lesson. No, I'm just joking. If y'all, I probably could. I feel like expound. But anyway, look. Imagine you happy, and then you start getting money from that happiness. As opposed to getting money, and that is that money supposed to equal happiness? It's not going to. Anyway, yeah. Hey, do baby. Hey. I was gonna say something else though. Uh, collective, your happiness is stinging folks. Do you know what your name means? The name that your parents named gave you. Okay, so my name in particular, I'm not pressure. Y'all can know my name. My name's Ashley. My name in particular, though, it means joy. Asher, Ash Meadow, Ashley. It means joy. So these things is like literally, bitch. We don't want you to be yourself. Or some shit. It is like, and you know what? For the longest time, I didn't even know why, but I wasn't feeling like myself. And maybe you can relate, collective. And it's probably because niggas is gonna focus on you most of your life. Okay, most of your life, and probably even before you even came out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It just be feeling like some Rumpelstiltskin shit. It be feeling like some Rumpelstiltskin. These niggas is like, oh, I want my gold. I'm trying to spend some gold and shit. I'll put my first baby up. Or some shit. I'm talking. This is a collective, okay? I don't really got. I'm talking, and it resonate or it don't. Okay. This is Bruno. It's like we maybe. Okay. All right. Let me do a work your life hard for the collective. Something wonderful is happening for you right now, though. For real. Okay. So it's this week. You go first. The universe will catch you. So this makes me feel like what you seek is seeking you. You go out, you going out to go get it because you know it's there. All you got to do is pick it up. You know it's there for you. All you got to do is just pick it up, like whatever it is. Okay, something. wonderful is happening for you right now. And you leaving from a place of happiness, maybe something about the spring. Okay. I'm looking at the word. I'm looking at this card. It says star mother. How can you mother yourself? And then align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change. And then peeking under here, it says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Yeah, because don't you want to see what else is out there? I mean, like, once you've been around the merry-go-round with the nigga too, like, how many? See what the rest of the resonate, okay? And whatever, this could be family, friend, lover, so align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? And I think something about you you letting people's projections like rock just to be around them. Like you letting them speak. I was gonna say out of turn. You letting them speak like I was gonna say like they know you or some shit. I don't know. Like align your life or trying to frame you or put you in a type of box or some under some type of label or some shit that is not you. I don't know. It just makes me feel like you're not falling in line. Okay, you are yourself or something like that. Okay, you have to look at the card. Don't have to. Um, okay, I'm gonna start with these cards. I'm looking at the High Priestess and then Free Chocolate and the Ace of Pentacles. You could be a spiritualist. You could be an excellent one too. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And then it says, how can you mother yourself? Yeah. So you rewired yourself. You're rewiring yourself. And I feel like you're open to the unknown. With the leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. And something wonderful is happening. I feel like something wonderful is happening. And it says, from me, the universe. It's from the universe. I feel like it's also from yourself, first, your higher self. Okay, I'm going to get two cards from that. 2244. Ooh, Ace of Swords. Let me get bumbling and bumbling that you like. I was gonna say, well, she said bumbling and bumbling, and I said bumbling. But somebody feel like a bumbling fool or something. I'm looking at the three swords. I don't know, but look at this sword that's broken. Is by his foot. He looks like he lost something. He's looking for it, but not really. He looks like I don't know. He bumbled something. Three swords, and then I'm looking at the pentacles. Excuse me, page of pentacles right here. It just makes me feel like in life. I don't know. I wanted to say mistakes. Uh, I was gonna say we make mistakes, we learn from them. You gotta. Sometimes you don't know how you're moving until you move that way, and then life will show you that was not how you used to move or something. Hmm. And I'm looking at the sun card. The sun card is speaking at me behind her. Leo energy at the top of the deck. I'm looking at justice. The truth of the matter is, somebody did not know who you are, who you were, who you are, how to treat you, or something like that. The truth of the matter, why I said it like that, maybe because of the justice. Because I don't know, like something about me is like you have this power collective to have it could be the opposite sex, or it could be maybe something like that. You have this power to have them like this, feeling small and trying to gain your attention or intrigued by you. I'm trying to cover her up for her. What do you say? And then I'm trying to show the guy on her knee. And she's kind of like playing with him for a. Here's the point, okay? I don't know. Maybe somebody felt like they didn't want to be like that or some shit like that. The truth of the matter is, though, Your energy is like that or something like that. What's happening to that? I'm looking at the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, something about your caliber or something like that. I mean, what? Maybe maybe something. Part of me is like, oh, like everybody should have access to the best. But is that really true? Is that true? I don't know. Because I'm thinking about you, like, if I'm thinking about you, like, you being the best, everybody should have access to you. Of course not, right? But maybe people aren't like things or places. But then at the same time, though, oh, everybody should have access to the best. Let's say park, right? Let's say niggas start having access to the best parks and shit like that. Everybody should not have access because some people they're gonna have their dogs shitting in the park. Some people they're gonna have violence and what I'm saying, shit going on in the park and shit like that. No, they need to go. We're in the park where niggas do that shit. That's crazy. I don't know. I'm speaking right now, and how I'm talking right now, I feel like it could be controversial because it's like the only reason why niggas is even living that lifestyle is because they don't have access to the best parts. And is that, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they could go out their way to, you know what, fuck it. I'm not like these other niggas. I'm going to the best part. I don't want to be around this foolishness or whatever like that. I don't know. I kind of feel an energy if somebody had a chance to fuck with you. Something like that. In whatever type of way, okay? This for the collective. I split the deck. I'm looking at the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, it makes me feel like let me count the ways or something like that. Seven of Cups could also be confusion, illusion. Somebody could have been feeling like they was confused. And I split the deck. I'm looking at the King of Swords. Let me see. Ace of Swords. Hmm. Okay, maybe somebody feel like they know what they want or something like that. Leave me alone, okay? I'm not really picking it up for real. I would be all black magic and things. Please say all right, let me go. Look, I seen the devil. This is a foolish fire sign woman. The devil, Queen of Wands, and the Fool. I don't just be saying shit. That's experiencing the tower, Aries Scorpio energy. And they want to be on some shit like, bitch, I'm going down. I want you to go down too. But you is not, y'all is not together. I was going to say the umbilical cord being cut. So maybe this is somebody mother. Maybe this is my mother. This is, I don't give a damn. This is for the collective. All right? So leave me alone and deal with your tower and go ahead on. I'm looking at the Nine of Wands when I split the deck. Nine of Wands is like defensive energy. Nine of Wands, look how he looked though. It kind of looks like it kind of looks like to your corners. The Nine of Wands, it kind of reminds me of like in a boxing match when they're in their corners and they putting water on their face or maybe put icing them up or whatever they need to do in the corner fix them up. And then that's what he looks like. I don't know. He looks like he's busy like for the next battle, for the next war, or whatever like that. And I'm looking at the tower. Now ants usually got a queen, a queen, and they follow what she says. There's a tower in this ant hill, and then I'm looking at this, how they look. Somebody wanted you a part of their bullshit, and you're not. So they're sad about that. They're in their bullshit, not themselves. Maybe I should talk. Hey, why don't you play that bullshit? And they in is nonsense. I'm gonna wrap this up again. Oh, I said it. I got one card on here, but I've been on here 30 bit. I was talking for like 11 minutes. Okay, so I'm looking at the two of swords in my hand. I mean, it just made me feel like somebody could feel like they was in a fork in the road, which way they go, what they do, and they could feel like they went the wrong way. And it's okay. Like this is life. Continue to live your life. Okay. Next time, do something different. Anyway, at the top of that, I'm looking at the Eight of Swords. Somebody is in about some shit. And then again, somebody tying some shit. They're tying their knife. So he could hold it good. He could hold the handle good so he don't get calluses on his hand when he's trying to. I don't know. This also makes me feel like, Eight of Swords is like self-inflicted prison, like mentally going crazy, going nuts, or yeah, like trapped, like stuck. It makes me feel like some type of doing something for your mental. I don't know if it's putting a band-aid on it, but doing something for your mental so that you can keep it together or some shit like that. It's a lot of swords. It's a lot of swords though, for real. Somebody feel defeated though. Somebody feel like they still alive. Somebody feel like, and I just see the tower though, 3121. Somebody feel like, I don't know. Somebody just, it's just that energy of like, but did you die? Whatever happened, but did you die though? And it's like, no. But it's like, nigga, all them swords or something like that. But I do feel energy like somebody did this to themselves. They did it to themselves. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. All right, and I'm looking at justice, and I'm looking at the world, and the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Here's the thing, collective. I feel like you got the spark. The spark come with you. Ace of Wands. You got the baton. Something like that. Ace of Wands. I'm gonna show y'all. Okay. So I'm looking at justice and the world. Something's gonna be fair. The world is gonna see it. The world is gonna see you victorious. I want to say the world. Well, this is the world card. That's why I said that. And look at these folks right here. Like, hey, what you doing? Let us come with you or some shit. You know, if they're in a maze, they can't really see their way out. You got this overhead view. You on this dove. They, that purity. Their hearts aren't light. Their hearts aren't light. Their hearts have been weighed at the scale and just got a scale. Maybe something about you holding the scale or something like that. This is justice. Maybe some people are trying to please with you or trying to butter you up, trying to ride your coattail up, trying to ride your coattail, literally observing you. You're you got this larger than life energy. You got this larger than life energy and something about all them swords. Something about transformation or ending. Okay, the next card I'm looking at is the Four of Pentacles. Wanting to hold on. Somebody could be trying to be strategic, wanting to hold on to something. There's ships on these coins. I was going to say a voyage. Voyage. This is the Four of Pentacles, though. Okay. Maybe somebody was planning on doing something. Their next move. And then I'm looking at this peacock feather. And I don't know. This peacock feather, it could be confidence. It could be cockiness. This, he's playing chess by himself. So it just made me feel like somebody trying to hold on to something. They're trying to be strategic, but uh, they're just playing the game by themselves or something. I don't know. Take whatever says to resonate. The cards after that, I'm looking at the Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. I feel like this is you. These are the High Priestess is a major arcana. Queen of Pentacles is a court card. I'm looking at the Ace of Wands. You got a mission that God got you on. The High Priestess, Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. You you don't want for nothing for real. You're straight for real. Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess, Ace of Wands. I'm looking at the Five of Swords. Queen of Swords, the Empress. Something about maybe a childlike part of you wants you to get in your own way. Five of Swords. If your inner child was running the show, then maybe they would fuck shit up or something. Or you would get in your own way, you self sabotage, Five of Swords. Or maybe somebody's inner child got in the way and they fucked some shit up. Five of Swords. And you're not feeling it. I was gonna say you're not having it really. But I'm looking at the Queen of Swords and the Empress. The Empress look a little bit like insulted. Look how her hand look. Like, what? You brought this to me? Like in disbelief. And then I'm looking at the Queen of Swords. She got this man's head on her lap. Like, like, and I just feel an energy of like, you could not even be really too afraid of life, per se, collective. I don't know. Like other people are. I don't know. I feel like you be ready to go for it. And I feel like folks are trying to get you afraid of them. People, places, or things, they're just trying to make you afraid of them. You're not afraid of them either. You cut a nigga's head off. Now Queen of Swords can do this with her words. Okay. But look how her face looks. Right? And the song is Girl, you are a queen. I mean you could be a queen or a king, depending who's watching. And then I'm looking at her face. Her face looks like she didn't want to do it, but she'd do it again in a heartbeat. Or some shit. Queen of Swords. Because of your self preservation. Your self preservation, yeah, and also the mission that God got you on. You can't really you don't got I think Drake got some songs saying, I'm paraphrasing, but something to the effect of there's no time for mistakes. There's no room for mistakes or some shit like that. I'm looking at the Hermit and the Page of Wands, Five of Pentacles. Something about you knowing yourself, something about you being to yourself. You as a child, Page of Wands, you could be, or your inner child could be very creative, and it being abandoned or walked away from, or yeah, I feel like somebody walked away from you, or your inner child felt like this. Now you're your own best friend. The Hermit, Page of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Now, when your inner child feels abandoned or left out in the cold, you leave the situation so that you don't continue to feel like that. Instead of staying in it, because you're an adult now. As a child, you could have had to just deal with it and being around people that make you feel like you left out intentionally. Now you're an adult and you can pack your shit up and you can walk away. Eight of Cups. Towards what will emotionally fulfill you. I'm picking from the top of the deck. I'm looking at Judgment. So since you walked away, Judgment is being called with this trumpet. Something about you being a big deal. Something about, baby, you're nice and clean. You got money every day. Money make my business manager. This is Vibes Cartel. I was gonna say this is Capricorn. He's Capricorn. It's called Ignite the World. Ignite the World. Okay, something about that. Ignite the world. Okay, so I was saying though, like these folks intentionally they wanted to hold on to you. Yeah, they wanted you to feel abandoned, but they really wasn't gonna go nowhere for real. They wanted you to they wanted you to feel like that. And they benefited from you feeling like that. As soon as you walk away, you didn't realize who you were, your power, and shit like that. Because as soon as you walk the fuck away, I could keep pulling from the top, but I want to shuffle. Talk about this judgment. I'm looking at the Six of Wands. All right, this could be about you getting attention, accolades. When I see his face, I'd be like, he's talking shit. I don't know, but this is the Six of Wands, or he's got something to say. Okay, and people are listening. This is Six of Wands and Judgment. In my hand is Temperance in the Moon. Now this could be a Sagittarius doing some hocus pocus, or this could be some Earth Angel energy, and something could be hidden. And then right here is like this. I'm looking at the Nine of Cups. Behind the Nine of Cups is the King of Cups in the Hierophant. Nobody can judge her. Nobody. Nobody can judge her. Nobody. Nobody can judge her. Nobody. Nobody can judge her. Baby, me love ya. Baby, me love ya. Baby, me love ya. Nobody can judge her. Money every day. At the top of the deck, I'm looking at the Emperor Aries energy. Okay, so what happened? This made me feel like I don't know something about wish fulfillment. I seen the King of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and I think the Hierophant. I spit the deck. I'm looking at the Page of Swords. So somebody else is like, "Oh yeah, so what's going on? What we talking about? What we doing?" Or I don't know. Maybe somebody got a child that looked like this. I don't read children energy for it. I'm looking at the Page of Swords. Somebody's watching you. I was gonna say something about a conquest. Mm-hmm. At the top of that, looking at the Ace of Cups. This could be this could be an Emperor energy. Okay. I don't know if you know this person or not. I split the deck. I'm looking at the Knight of Swords. Wait, let's clarify this to Let's for the collector. This song is called Six Missed Calls. Who feels like that? Who feels like six missed calls? Nobody. Nobody. Why you gotta call somebody 6 times? Who feel like that? Anyway, look, I dropped these cards. The Empress wanted to come out in reverse. It's the Empress. It's an Empress. It's gonna be a mother figure that I feel like they're not being respected or some shit. But it's like, bitch, are you respectable? Shut up. If you ask me, if you don't ask me anything, I'm gonna be quiet. Okay? So I feel like somebody asked me. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna draw myself. I'm gonna wrap this up though. Didn't I say that? I been said that. Y'all niggas ain't paying me. I'm feeding families out here. And you keep trying to extend the time I'm on here. Fuck you. You niggas gonna get 2-minute readings and yeah. I'm fucking around. I don't do this shit for y'all, but still, don't play with me. Let the avalanche. Maybe somebody, if you got somebody blocked collective, maybe somebody call you 6 times. I don't know. Or I don't know. I was gonna say vice versa. But if that was vice versa, I feel like somebody inner child was taking the wheel, and you don't need that. You know what I'm saying? 44 to 33. I feel like your inner child, your inner teenager, your adult self, your higher self, you know, you be mindful of who's making the decisions. Or something like that. Okay, this is for the collective. Yeah, we want to give you diamonds and pearls. Hey, Jamaican girl. Want to give you diamonds and pearls. Yeah, this vice cartel, sickness cause. It's a bot. All right, we're angels, we're ancestors. Let me get one card for the collective, please. Not of Isis. I think I seen somebody with a tattoo and they had a knot. You know what I've also lately been seeing tattoos of? Angels. I've seen people have tattoos of angels and shit like that. Like maybe like 4 or 5 different ones like in the past week and a half. Y'all didn't ask me that. Your angels is around. Okay, so know that. So not of Isis. Collective, part of your spiritual destiny involves a special relationship with the goddess. This means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance. También, too, okay? You are now deepening your connection to the goddess. All right, you deepening your connection to the goddess Isis, and you're helping her with the spiritual task of helping her thrive. Okay, and you're affording her power, protection, and abundance. So it's like that's the reading. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Check out your zodiac sign read to be on that. Peace out and later on. Listen, there needs to be at least 4 likes on here. I'm tired of you niggas peeing on my face. What do you gain from this? So when you go home today, ask yourself that. When you look in your children's faces today, your wife, your husband, your parents, if they stay with you stay with them. What are you gaining on an inner level? And I don't even think the money is that good. Okay. I was gonna say, what price is a man's soul? I said, anyway, look, I don't care. It's not my soul, it's not my life. Okay, peace out later on. Peace out.